Everyone, it's a beautiful day in Oakland, California, and we're at the Art and Soul Festival. And then we happened to walk down the aisle, and look who we found here, KRON's April Cummings. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a gorgeous day out here.
What brings you down to the Art and Soul Festival today?
Well, I work for KRON 4, and I work in the news department. We have a newscast on at 4 o'clock in the morning now, all the way to 10 in the morning. And on the weekends, we kind of come out every now and then and promote. We have some brand new shows on the air that are starting on Tuesday, September 5th. And so we thought we'd come out, meet with people, talk to them, tell us about our shows, tell us about our newscasts, and it also gives us a chance to get to know people and see what they like and don't like too.
Okay, now, how did you get started, before we get into the juicier areas of KRON 4, behind the scene gossip? How did you get started in the business?
When I was 6 years old, my father built a little radio station. He built it out of spare parts, an old transmitter, and he sat his little daughter down in front of it and said, now, you talk about the records, and you talk about jokes, and you tell people about what's going on in the neighborhood. We're going to do a little news broadcast and a little show. So I started doing that very, very young. And then I got older. I had a lot of different interests. You know, I was interested in literature. I was interested in politics, religion. I couldn't find any one area to focus on. And then my father said, well, you know, dear, you've been doing this radio thing. You might want to think of that as an option. And it was like a light bulb. I said, you mean they'll pay me to talk to people all the time? And so that's kind of where things started.
Okay, now, I like that kind of gig. They pay you to talk.
They do. They're paying you to learn on behalf of other people, to ask questions. You're kind of an advocate for people in the community to find out what's going on, why is it happening, what can you do to make things better, sometimes what we're not doing to improve things. So it's really sort of a process of self-education and community education at the same time, at its best. It doesn't always come out that way, but the intent is to learn and to teach people.
Now, if someone was getting started today, what were some of the things that you would recommend, highly recommend that they do?
Be very interested in the world around you. Be interested in learning about the world around you. Be able to talk about the world around you as well. The more engaged you are in what's going on both in your communities, your neighborhoods, your nation, your world, the more able you are to look at what's not being told, to find the important stories, to get them out. On the other half of that, we're in a new era. It's the age of technology. So you need to learn how to use that little video camera, how to use that desktop editing software. You need to be sort of able to tell the story yourself from all perspectives, and the more able you are to do that, first of all, it's very good for your brain to use all those different skills together, but that's what's marketable these days. So if you're interested in storytelling and telling about your communities, you want to be able to do it all yourself if you can, and then the idea is to get into an environment where you can have other people work with you to do it.
Right.
That's at its best.
Okay, now the new shows, Fashion House and My Desire. Now, there's supposed to be a certain quality look to these particular shows. Can you explain?
I admit that I have a love of a certain type of television that is probably not always the most intellectual, but it's very stylish, it's very dramatic, it's very fun.
Sort of like me.
I enjoy this stuff, and these shows are very, they have a great look to them, they're very edgy. You know, I'm not supposed to call them soap operas, but they have a hair of that in them. It's really neat, fun TV to watch, particularly if you're an adult, and if you've ever watched telenovelas, for example.
Yes.
Those are great fun as well. I grew up not speaking Spanish, even with an Afro-Cuban mother, but I still was figuring out what was going on watching some of those shows. So it's good fun TV to watch.
Yeah, I watched the World Cup in Spanish, and I learned a lot from Spanish watching the World Cup.
TV can do that. It can sort of bring you into places and into cultures and into ideas that you might not normally have access to, which is one of the things I've always loved about it. Coming from a very small place, it's my window to the world. And so entertainment, news, all of those different things, they have different roles, but for me they're always a window into other places. That's what I like about it.
Okay, we know you're busy promoting those new shows on KRON.
You need to watch them. They're good. They're good fun.
That's right. Now, this is the Phillip Siddiq show. She's going to sign off my show.
And how do you want me to sign off for you today?
This is April Cummings on the Phillip Siddiq show.
April Cummings on the Phillip Siddiq show, and you need to watch this guy as much as possible.
See? I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, April. Thanks a lot.
It was great to meet you.